In the past week, many things have happened, but I can't talk about them. The only thing that I can say is that I was arrested and I was released and so on. But right now, I've realized that once you fail and you know a failure might happen, you are going to bounce back easily. And this is what happened with me. I could get my things back, I could get my information back on my new phone because I knew it can happen again. It can happen again. And if you go through shit situations and you go multiple times through them, they're not going to affect you that much. In general, normal life situations aren't that serious, but because it's your first experience, you are going to feel a little bit scared or a little bit moved because you haven't been through that situation ever in your life. Let's say it's your first time kissing a girl. It will be, you'll have a lot of emotions when you do that. But if it's your 1,000th time, it's like normal. So right now I am going to, yeah, and besides the arrest shit, is that I've been eating a little bit too much food, and I let myself go. Of course, I'm not like fat or whatever, right? I'm not fat, but I've let myself go for a little bit, and I don't like that. While I was on arrest, I saw that I don't have a good attention span. And when I mean I don't have a good attention span, you don't have anything to do there besides reading a book, which I pick up horrendous book about traveling, and it was so outdated, so shit. I was like, but I read a few pages and I was so bored I could not read it. Literally, I could not read it. After 2 pages, my eyes were closing. The only thing that I could do to be able to sleep because I was restless, I told the guard to let me outside, and the outside thing, the room outside was, I don't know, maybe 6 meters, 6 times 6, so not big. I could do like, I think 6 or 7 steps in one direction and 4 or 5 in like left or right. So it wasn't that big, but I did 10,000 steps. I counted every single step because I was overthinking about stuff I cannot control. And I knew that all I can do right now is tire myself so I can sleep, so I can trade the next day or whatever. If I will be released, and I was released, guess what? But if there is a low probability that I will not be released and I will go to jail, okay, so be it. But I've did my 10,000 steps. I ordered the water that I needed. I ate enough protein so I can maintain muscle protein synthesis, and then I went to sleep. Of course, I did some calculations, like some S&P 500. It does not matter. Some bullshit to make me tired, to make me not focus on the shit that I was stressing about. Because in reality, right now, that shit does not matter. If I'm going to prison for the rest of my life, or if I'm going to be released on bail like I was, is not in my control. It's not in my control. All I have to say is no comment, and that's it. And I realized that I had too much dopamine, from anything, from food, from my phone, from anything, and I want to be able to control my mind. And I'm going to cut weight. Of course, there are many reasons why I want to cut weight, why I want to get leaner. Of course, because I will look better. A thousand reasons, even health aspects. But the main one, besides how I look, is that I want to control my mind, because when I am hungry, I think about, okay, I want to eat food. And I want to be the one to say, I am hungry, I want to eat food, and I will not eat food for a decent amount of time, 3, 4, 5 months. And when I have this level of control, I will have a snowball effect on the rest of the things in my life, like finding a new job, because let's put it this way, this job is not really stable or long term. Going in another country, finding a new job, finding an actual good job, trying to find jobs, in a foreign country. Again, my life is not hard, and majority of people's lives are not hard, but you suffer more in your mind when you think about things. Because when I was on arrest, I was thinking, oh, this and that and this, and even if I work abroad and be a millionaire in 10 years, my parents will die, and all these fucking things that do not matter. Like all these fucking bullshit things. You suffer more in your mind than you suffer in actual reality. So all I'm going to do to end this video, besides getting my 10,000 steps or even more, besides drinking and staying hydrated throughout the day, or whatever that word is, because I mispronounce it and I don't want to say it again. Besides eating my food, eating enough protein and tracking everything, and continue to post on Instagram, but right now, and on TikTok and on YouTube, and I want to post stuff that is better. And I like what, and I think about my stuff, like what will I look on Instagram and TikTok. And besides doing all of this conscious shit of posting content, trying to make it better, food, water, and how can I sleep and things like that, I will try to make as much money as possible. I will try to find a job in another country. I will try to find a higher paying job, like I get paid more per hour. I will try to, how can I get better at that job? How can I get advanced? How can I, and so on. How can I know how can I spend less and things like that. And this is what I have to do. And it's simple. In video games, you just have to click your mouse and press your keyboard. But in real life, it takes a decent amount of mental fortitude, a decent amount of mental strength to actually do this, because I have 1,000 reasons not to do it, when you play on your computer, when you have to kill somebody, or when you have to do an action, you just do it. Whatever happens, you just do it. You can do it again. In real life, it's the same, not about killing a dude, but it's the same. But I can say, I can go home, I can do life is slow in real life. It's not like in video games where I can go right now and conquer kingdoms without any consequences. I can just restart the game. You see, there are some consequences when you do bad shit, but let's say you don't do bad shit and you try to find better paying jobs and so on. It's not so rewarding. Let's say you get paid $4,000 or euros per month. It's a good paying job. Besides, like if you are in New York, but let's not talk about first world countries and extremes like that. If you get paid for this week $1,000 or 1,000 euros, bro, it's not that much. It's not going to change your life. Of course, if you compound that for 10 years, it will, but it's not this fucking magic. Nobody's cheering you on. Everybody or some people will cheer you on after you got your $1 million after 10 years. And they will think your success is just because of one night. Of course, you work for 10 years. Nobody's going to applaud you. There is no dopamine in this, You are going to find your cheap dopamine in Instagram, in TikTok, basically in scrolling, in porn, in drugs, in movies. Dopamine from the gym is good. I will not say that. It's good. And even from business, but it's very, very hard to continue to push forward if you don't have a clear goal, if you don't have a reason why. Maybe because I have suffered a lot in my mind, I have a lot of pain in my mind. I don't think in reality my life was hard, but in my mind. And I have this thing that I cannot reach a state where I am poor, where I am going to be a wage slave for the rest of my life. I have to make money. It hurts so bad being a wage slave or not being financially independent that I will do whatever it takes. Whatever, bro. 10 years in prison, if I have to work fucking 16 hours. I want to get money. I want to be financially independent. I don't want to get $1 billion, but I want to reach $1 million in the next 10 or 15 years. And I want to reach it so bad, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone And every time I think I want to play video games, I want to go back in Romania and just chill and do that. No, I'm going to hop from country to country until I found a country where I can get paid 4,000, 6,000 euros. Of course, if I can get paid more, that's good, but I don't think that's the case. And I'm going to work there, and I'm going to live on nothing basically, and I'm going to invest. And when I reach $1 million, I can choose from there what I want to do. Maybe I want to go in the mountains in Romania. Maybe I want to live in the country that I worked. I don't know what I'm going to do after, and it's pointless to make a plan right now because I made a lot of plans and none of them have reached anything because I have a strategy, but the plan always changes, so there is no point planning so far in the future. But I have a decent vision on what is going to happen. So this is it. I will say you suffer and I suffer. Let's talk about me. I suffer more in my mind that I suffer in reality, but knowing this, life is easy. Life is easy. I don't care if I work 12 hours or if I am free. Life is easy. Just if I think to myself that I suffer more in my mind that I suffer in reality, and life is not that bad. But even so, I was thinking when I was on arrest, even if even if I'm the richest man in the world, like let's say I have the expensivest car in the fucking world, and I drive in my city, and all the people respect me because I have money. I don't care about them because they are fake, because they respect me only because I have this unlimited amount of money. Of course, it's normal to respect when you have this asset, when you are this valuable as a person, but in the same time, I don't care. I care and I don't. I know it's important, but I don't care to make $1 billion to be this successful for other people. All I want is to be financially independent, which for me, at least $1 million will be the number invested. And I want to continue to go to the gym. I want to get very shredded, and if I decide to be a bodybuilder, so be it, a competitive bodybuilder. Because if you train and if you have a diet, you are a bodybuilder basically. And I will see after that. But whatever the case is, this was Raresh. This is my weekly update. I don't know if I can or if I will post every single week, but this is I guess a new weekly update.